Happy Monday, Delmarva. Thanks for joining us today on Coast Life. We are your hosts. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo. We hope you had a good weekend, even though it was a little chilly out there.
It was. Did you celebrate your birthday?
Yeah, we did. My sister, my cousin, my best friend from high school came over. We just had a little girls' night.
Good. I love that.
Yeah.
Good. It's just staying in weather this weekend, nothing too crazy. Yep. It's still a little chilly out today. Take it easy.
Yeah, but it's not as bad. We should see those roads thawing out a little bit more. So.
Yes, it's going to be a nice, balmy, warm 30 degrees.
That's right.
Yes. Who would have thought that would be like, ooh.
Right.
I'll keep my windows open. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Well,
something I'm getting excited for, Leah, and I think maybe a lot of you saw it this weekend. Wizards of Waverly Place. You remember this from Disney Channel? Selena Gomez is having a reboot.
Heyo.
I'm excited for this.
I'm excited for this too. I wasn't a huge Disney Channel kid growing up. I was a little bit more some of the other networks.
Okay.
But I loved Wizards of Waverly Place.
That show took off.
It did.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. So if you don't remember, Disney, Selena Gomez, David Henry, they were wizards. Wizards of Waverly Place. This new reboot though is just called Wizards.
Ooh.
Selena's coming back.
Nice.
So is David. We don't know about Jake T. Austin yet.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to this. I think this is something that's worth a reboot. I don't think all the reboots that we've seen lately are worth it though.
Yeah, and I think reboots, depending on how you do them, they can really work or they really fall flat. And I feel like, again, the biggest disappointment of all the reboots that I've seen so far was Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life. I wanted to love that so much. I feel like of any series, that one deserved a reboot.
It did.
Because it was left with an unsatisfying ending. We didn't know if Luke and Lorelai were going to get together, if they were going to be okay. We didn't know how Rory was going to do on the road and come back and see Lorelai. There was so much that we didn't know that we wanted to see as an audience, and it just didn't live up to expectations. And part of that, I think, is because we were so used to, even though the original series is so bingeable, I don't think A Year in the Life is as bingeable. So you want to watch it one at a time and not all at once, because I did watch it twice, and when I watched it one at a time, I was like, this is better. Still not what I would have done with it, but better. But I feel like, Wizards of Waverly Place, I feel like because all the actors had so much fun on set, it'll be fun to watch them reunite and have fun. But I'm curious what the plot's going to be.
I am too. From what I understand, it's very similar to, I don't know if you guys remember the whole plot, but you know how their dad in Wizards of Waverly Place gave up his wizard power so he can marry their mom.
Yeah.
Rumor has it David Henry's character did that. So it's just kind of a where are they now? Selena Gomez, who played Alex, she had her powers when we left off. I don't know if this is popular opinion or not. When I get a reboot, I want it to be simple. I want it to be almost like you and I read a lot of books that have the novella at the end. Little conflict. It's just kind of a wraparound. Where are we now? It shows the good stuff that you want, the relationships you want to see more of, the friendships you want to see more of. That's what I hope it is, and just one season.
Yes.
I don't like when it's all dragged out. I think Fuller House was a fine reboot, maybe dragged out a little bit.
Yeah, but that was everything you wanted. It was fluffy, it was cheesy, in all the best ways that Full House was, and Fuller House, I think, did a good job of keeping that sort of sentiment, especially in a modern world that doesn't have a lot of that cheese or, maybe even sort of the same 80s family core values that you see on TV has changed.
I just want to know, where are they now? Because you got to think, as a producer, as a writer, what do we want to see? I want to know, who did Selena Gomez end up marrying? Does she have children? Who did David marry? What's Jake doing? Jake is played, what was his name? Max.
Max, yeah.
He owned a sub shop. If you've never seen Wizards of Waverly Place, this probably sounds so weird, but check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, right? Crazy to think about that's now throwback territory. But sort of speaking of throwbacks, looks like Gen Z is doing a lot more shopping in physical shopping malls.
Yay! This is good news.
This is good news. I feel like we spent so much time bonding at the mall growing up, where that's where, your parents could drop you off, you met up with your friends, you shopped. Basically, you window shopped because you only had, $20 on you, and you'd be like, well, I really want to save it for this pretzel, but...
I was just going to say, I saved it for the pretzels or the ice cream.
I really want the pretzel and the tea and the ice cream, right?
The lemonade.
Yeah, but you would do a lot of window shopping, and the fun part, the social aspect of shopping is where a lot of your time spent getting to know your friends, getting to know each other. And I think having a space where you can at least exist for free, you don't have to pay to get in the mall, is crucial for, those teenage years.
I think so too. And I think too, I always thought it was going to come 360 because people have said that malls are going away. I'm like, nah, they're going to come back around. Because think about, like, I was shopping this weekend. I was at a locally owned small shop, and there were so many gift ideas I saw that I never thought of before. As to where online shopping, you kind of have to know what you're going in looking for.
Yeah.
And I like that in something like a mall or a small business or even like the outlets. You just kind of have options and more ideas. It's going to keep us more creative, and I love trying on clothes beforehand.
Yeah, I think that also helps you spend a little bit less, actually, because you can really know when you try it on, are you going to love it? If you don't love it, all right, put it back and maybe circle back around. And if you find something else that you really like, okay, I'm not going to buy that piece that I wasn't head over heels in love with. So I think it helps you budget a little bit better too.
I think so too. I'm happy with this. I don't think anything's ever really gone. Like they say that we're getting rid of, I'm trying to think of what else. Gen Z's ruined, even though
I remember they thought millennials killed every fast food chain in the world, and a lot of them are still around.
We're all good. Everything comes back around. I'm not worried about this. I have seen a lot of malls closing. My childhood mall closed growing up. But that kind of needed to close. They didn't keep up with it.
Well, and it's sort of twofold. You got to keep up with it in order to draw in a younger crowd, and then the younger crowd's got to want to go in order to maintain the money. So a little bit of both parts here. Yeah. One more thing before we kind of jump into, and this will come back a little bit later on in the show today, but think about your pet. Think about your pet's name. There was a list of the most popular dog names. I think Bella, Max, and Luna were the top 3 dog names.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either. I feel
Fine
like
names,
great names.
Common.
But very common. I think I've seen a lot of like vet TikToks where they're like, is your dog's name Bella? Is your dog's name Luna?
Yep, exactly. The Huskies named Luna. I've heard 100%.
But this got us thinking, how do you feel about pets that have people names?
Ooh, it cringes me out sometimes. It has to be done right, and we're actually, like Leah said, we're going to get into this more. I don't want to give too much of my opinion right now. If your dog has a name, I'm going to say almost like one of the like gospel names, right? Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, or like just anything like that. Cringes me out.
A little bit.
It can be done right though, if you're going to do it. So.
All right, so hold on to that. Think about that. And we will get to that as well as the rest of Coast Life that's coming up. Our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is going to tell us what's coming up on the show.
Coming up today on Coast Life, are you searching for the perfect eyewear? We're taking you to Ocean City for some of the latest styles. And looking for a way to show off your dance moves? Look no further because we have a dance party that you don't want to miss. Plus, having trouble shedding those extra pounds? Don't go anywhere as we share a weight loss story for some extra motivation. All that and more when Coast Life gets back.
Coast Life is brought to you by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Schell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
Coast Life, we've introduced you to the Parker Group many a time, Rachel and Dustin Parker, but we're gonna see a side of them that maybe you haven't seen before, and we figure January is a good time of year, especially to talk about sort of health goals, fitness goals, all of that can be included in your wellness journey. So joining us on the Coast Life couch today is Dustin Parker with the Parker Group. Welcome, Dustin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here. So I guess let's dive right in to your health and fitness journey. Where did it start? How you doing now?
Yeah, I guess it probably started back when I was a kid. When I was in 7th or 8th grade, for whatever reason, I started gaining a bunch of weight. And that slowly progressed through high school, and by the time I graduated, I was pushing right around 300 pounds. Still played sports and did things and was pretty active, but just eating and just not taking care of my body very much at all. And then when I graduated high school, I was kind of a goofball and got sent to the State Trooper Youth Week. And so it was like a 1-week boot camp up at the Delaware State Police Barracks. And they taught me a little bit about discipline, getting up early and exercising and eating right. And that was one of the benefits of going through that. And so that kind of changed my perspective on health from there.
Wow, I love that Delaware State Police kind of kick-started this for you. That's incredible. As someone, too, I've struggled with my weight in the past. I lost weight in the past few years as well. Willpower is such a hard thing, and I have zero willpower, it seems. How do you stay motivated? What helped you?
Yeah, I think for me it was just about the consistency in my routine. And so after I got home from that Trooper Youth Week event, I just kept that same routine, and I think for a period of 16 or 17 months, I ran every single day without missing a single day, regardless of the weather or what was going on in my life. I just kept running, and about 100 pounds fell off in under 3 months, just from running and being more conscious about what I was eating, and just kind of maintaining those healthy habits has been really key, I think, to having a semi-healthy lifestyle at this point.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's not an uncommon story to hear, especially I think in those formative years of middle through high school. If that's sort of the self-image that you have when you graduate, it can be really difficult to build those new habits in adulthood. So what would maybe you recommend to people that are struggling either with their weight, their self-image, or even just getting that motivation? I think we live in sort of a quick fix world, and a lot of times that's really just not the solution.
Yeah, for me, it's all about my morning routine, and so I think for most people, when you start a morning routine, it's often challenging, especially those first few days or a couple weeks. But what I find is if you commit to it, and you can commit to it for 30 days, then it becomes a little bit easier every day after that. And so for me, that means getting up really early. I wake up just after 4 a.m. In the mornings, head straight to my CrossFit gym locally here, do an hour workout, and that kind of just jumpstarts my day. And I know if I don't do that first thing in the morning, then it's very likely not going to happen, because the day gets out of hand, and there's so many problems to solve at work and kids and family and everything else going on. And so I have to commit to that early morning workout every day. And just by doing that every day, I can be a little bit more flexible with what I eat and just have a little bit more of a normal lifestyle beyond the exercise regimen.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think it's important to remember that you're a dad, you're a husband, you're a business owner. So if you're feeling like, well, I have kids, I can't do this, or I have work, I can't do this, that you hopefully, I mean, you probably can, and it's just a matter of looking at your own schedule and your own life and making a sacrifice here or there to get that routine started.
It is a matter of that. I mean, I just started this year, was my year to decide that I'm like, I guess tail end of 2023. Into 2024, that I wanted to get stronger, feel a little bit more fit, and build a little bit more muscle. So same thing for me. It's got to be first thing I do. Otherwise, it is not happening. If I don't bring a change of clothes with me, like if I get home and my butt gets on the couch,
it's not moving.
It's not getting back up.
That's a very good point. Do you have any advice before we let you go, Dustin, to parents who maybe they are older, they're not starting this when they're younger, and they have kids, of what they need to do to start this? Maybe mornings don't work for them.
Yeah, I think it just depends on your schedule and your routine, and I can't remember who said it, but it's really just about your priorities. If your health is not a top priority, it certainly should be, because you're going to want to spend more time and be more active with your kids and your family and those things too, and you can't fully live life without that.
Right.
But in the limited time that you do have, I started out losing that weight running, but I've become much more efficient in maintaining that weight by lifting weights, and I think building muscle is just such a more efficient use of your time as you're exercising, because you're going to continue to build muscle throughout the week and day, and also burn calories with that added muscle as well. So if you only have a little bit of time, I recommend using that time to lift weights.
That's great advice.
It is great advice. Well, Dustin, thank you for coming in and being a little bit more vulnerable with us here on the COASTLIFE Couch. I know we appreciate it, and I know some viewers will appreciate it as well, even if it's just that little kick of motivation that they need to get started.
I needed it.
It's hard to do all by yourself.
Yes, it is.
Don't go anywhere though, because we do have some more COASTLIFE to get to. You're not going to want to miss it.
Leah, I've seen you when you're at your desk.
Yes.
And you get a little like this, and then you pull your glasses out, and then you're really moving and grooving, girl.
I do a lot of glasses on, glasses off, glasses on, glasses off. Yeah,
Yep.
I do. But the moment I realized I needed glasses, I was like coming home from college, and I was in my parents' neighborhood. I'm like, I'm getting a good meal, and I stop because I see these bunny rabbits sitting on the side of the road, and I'm like, oh, like let's go bunnies, cross the road, cross the street. I don't want to hit them, and they're just sitting there. They're sitting there, and I'm like, let's go bunnies across the street. I got to get home for dinner. Let's go. And I pull up like just a little bit closer, and I go, there's sticks.
That's embarrassing.
I was waiting for a bundle of sticks to cross the street.
That's embarrassing.
So I was like, perhaps it's time to go get my eyes checked.
It definitely is. The good news is, if you need your eyes checked, if you had a sticks or bunnies moment like Leah, or maybe you're like me and you just can't see without your contacts, and you're trying to think of what other options you might have, we love and are so excited to introduce you to our friends at Wink Vision.
That's right.
Yes. Katie Zrilli from our sister show, Delmarva Life, is at Wink checking it out.
You're going to have to rest your chin in there and forehead forward. Doing okay?
Oh yeah, I see a house.
Good.
Dr. Michael Kremegis didn't always see things clearly. In fact, a high school teacher told him so.
And he was walking up and down the aisle, and he stopped for where I was, and he looked at me and goes, Mr. Kremegis. And I was like, he goes, you need glasses.
When he went to the eye doctor, he saw it for himself.
I was kind of amazed how this eye doctor, optometrist, just kind of flipped a few lenses and all of a sudden, boom, I was crystal clear.
Years later, he's helping all kinds of folks have that exact same experience.
I'll pull the apparatus away that measures the eyes, and then I'll tell the patient, okay, I want you to remember what that looks like. I'm going to take this away. And when I do, they're like, what? You know, they're very surprised.
He started Wink Vision in 2018 and has opened 4 locations since. This stylish showroom sits in Ocean City.
I think folks they're kind of surprised when they come in. They're like, wait a minute, is this for real?
And these frames can't be found just anywhere.
We want them to be unique. A lot of them come from Europe. A lot of them from Japan. When it comes down to it, wearing eyeglasses is like jewelry. You want it to look good.
Of course, you also want to know your prescription is perfect and be aware of any potential issues for your eyes. Dr. Kremegis has the technical tools for all of that.
So just keep looking straight ahead, and I was going to have you try and open both eyes real wide like you saw a ghost or something. There you go. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, you hung in there well. Good job. And see that target in there?
Yep.
Good. So keep looking at that target. We're going to do like a series of pictures here. So just going to have you look straight ahead right there at that target. Eventually it turns green. Good.
Yeah.
Both eyes open real wide there like you saw a ghost. Good. We're going to do another one. Blink a few times there. There you go.
And through this technology, they learn more than you might think. Months ago, he was able to detect something serious with a patient.
There was like a discoloration of her optic nerve, and she ended up having a brain tumor. And had to have surgery, and it was a pretty big ordeal. But it was an eye exam, that caught that. This is like the critical area right here. We don't want to see anything go wrong here in particular. So the nice thing is you can zoom in. So that kind of darker area, that's called the macula. So it's supposed to look like that.
Okay.
That means it's healthy. Okay. So if that area is healthy, I know you see well.
It's also important to him to get patients in as soon as possible.
We've had patients tell us that it's taken them months to get in somewhere. And we want to be that alternative and be able to accommodate folks on a more timely basis. So I'm going to put this thing in front of you. It's just a big pair of glasses here. A lot of people don't know this, but they'll have vision insurance associated with their medical insurance, and we'll look up the benefits. And a lot of times people are surprised that, wow, I have that much of an allowance toward getting glasses, and then it's a copay for the exam, etc. Can you read those for me?
OFLCT.
Good. And does this make things maybe a little worse when I do that?
Oh, massively worse.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the other eye.
He takes his time with each and every exam so that folks leave looking at the world better than ever before.
We want to make sure when somebody leaves here that they see the best they possibly can. So with the results from the exam, with what I just measured there, you're a little farsighted with a little bit of an astigmatism.
I kid you not, I truly learned all this about myself for the first time in this moment.
That makes
And
sense.
if you look straight ahead down there, you can probably see that pretty well, right? But watch what happens when I put this thing in front of you with what I just measured. And you might notice when you look through there, that might just seem a little
Oh,
bit...
that's way better.
Yeah, so you didn't kind of realize that you were straining until maybe like right now.
Dr. Kremegis has a selection of sunglasses here as well, and they can hook folks up with contact lenses. He cautions against folks getting glasses online.
There's nothing better than the frame like being on your face with regards to making sure that one, it fits, one, you like it, but two, when we fit people with glasses, we have to take very certain measurements, between like the distance to the pupils and then from where the pupil is to the bottom of the frame. So there's a lot more involved than just pressing click and then getting your glasses.
No matter how you look at it, Wink Vision completely cares.
Some of the great news about Wink Vision is that not only are they going to get your eyes checked and taken care of, but they're also going to get you those glasses pretty quickly. They can get those glasses to you within a week.
That's awesome.
So you only have to be blind for a couple of days.
I ordered a new steamer. It took like 3 weeks. So
yeah, imagine if it took you 3 weeks to get your glasses.
no, that would be terrible. 5 days sounds fantastic.
Exactly. But you know what else sounds fantastic?
Tell me.
Well, we're checking in with our friends at Schell Brothers when Coast Life gets back.
This segment of Coast Life was brought to you by Wink Vision.
Well, one local group that we all know and love, they give us a lot of Christmas cheer.
That's right.
Yes, but also cheer all year round and always giving back to the community. If you haven't caught on yet, we're talking about Schell Brothers. And to tell us a little bit more about what they've been up to, we have our friend Elisa Titus in the building. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, ladies. Always love being here.
We love having you. We want to talk about a few things. We're going to start, though, with the Bless Our Children campaign.
Yes.
This is something that Draper Media does in partnership with Schell Brothers. You guys are huge supporters of Bless Our Children.
it.
And so, first of all, thank you.
Yes.
Of course, we love being a part of it and absolutely will continue to do so in the future.
That's so exciting. Well, we're looking forward to that too. We got raised over $300,000 this year with Schell Brothers'
cool.
help. And you guys aren't done giving back to the community, though, also with Schellville,
Yes.
which everyone loves. I heard it was such a success this year.
It was a great season. We had so many weather challenges, but it all ended up really great. We welcomed over 167,000 guests.
Wow.
Over the course of the season. Our vendors in the village did over $1.5 million in revenue. So we love that part of it, that local businesses who otherwise maybe wouldn't be that busy this time of year had a great holiday season. So that really excites us. We had 400 plus volunteers in the village, which we so appreciate because we couldn't do it without them. And we gave away that moke this year. Yeah.
Leah
That
was a little sad about that.
Just a little sad, a little jealous.
She's
That's okay
happy,
though.
yeah. So I want to really just make sure we touch on that the local businesses raise so much. Because
Yes.
I want to just remind you guys that Schellville is free
Right.
to go into. So
Right.
this really is just an opportunity and a place for local businesses to have. It was almost like a little shopping village, right?
Yeah, we had the vision a couple years ago to make it feel kind of like a European Christmas market.
Yeah.
And I think we did pretty well executing that vision.
think so.
Yeah.
You did.
So it kind of feels like that, and we hope you come there, and obviously you're there for your kids to have an amazing time. But also we have tons of really small local artisans in the village that do craft fairs throughout the year. We also have some retailers in there, but it's so nice to support them when, normally they'd just be prepping for the spring season, and now they have the opportunity to show their wares and sell some things. So we love that.
That's incredible.
We've got so many talented artists in our community. It's great to help them out and show them off all year round.
Yes,
Love that.
definitely.
Love
and I
that.
know that you guys make Schellville free so that, or you have other events throughout the
Yes.
year to make Schellville free. So tell
Correct.
us what else is coming up for Schell Brothers, not just fun, festival-wise and event-wise, but you're growing.
Yeah.
We are.
Hard
it's
to believe.
crazy.
You
I
guys
know.
grow so much.
Yeah.
We do. It's going to be an exciting 2024 for us across the board. Obviously, we have tons of fun events scheduled for Schellville. We've got our Easter egg hunts. We have some music and arts festivals coming up, some brew bashes with lots of local breweries this year. And then we have all of our fall things, and then all of a sudden, boop, it's Christmas time.
That's right.
But we have an exciting year at Schellville. And then Schell Brothers, we are super excited this year. We're launching a bunch of really new and interesting communities. Some are waterfront. We have a bunch that are kind of in little wooded enclaves. So we're really excited about 2024. We've got a bunch of new product we're launching. And I feel like we have communities across Sussex County that really fit the bill for lots of families and lots of lifestyles. So we're super excited about that. And I know you guys have been to some of our models.
Yes, they're gorgeous.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of really beautiful models on the horizon in 2024. So we're very excited about
And
the
a
year.
little something that suits every taste.
We do.
which I
We
like.
do. I have a problem because every time I go into it, I live in a beautiful house. I'm so lucky. I live in a Schell Brothers house. But every time I go into a new model, I'm like, ooh, I kind of want that.
Yes, and there's so many
I love
features that I
that.
didn't even know were things
Yeah.
until you go in there and you're
Yeah.
like, I didn't know this could exist.
Right.
You have like
It's-
smart houses.
Yeah, it's so cool. Your house
freaking me
can,
out.
like, you can open the garage door, unlock the door. You can do recipes. It can prepare your grocery list. You can talk to your kids from upstairs, which is good if you're like, hey, dinner's ready, instead of I do right now. I like scream and no one pays attention. So.
Every mom feels
New
that.
ways to be ignored.
Right.
No, I love it. I always feel behind when I see what you guys are doing.
It's
I'm like,
crazy.
I thought I was cute, young, and hip, and now you guys keep me cute, young, and hip.
One of my coworkers has smaller kids, and he's like, yeah, we just have the house read the kids bedtime stories. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
But also kind of creepy.
And kind of, very cool your house
Yeah.
can do
Very
that.
cool.
But fine.
Yeah, I think I'm good with the bedtime stories.
I think so too. But I liked being able to just yell, "Hey, come down here!" My fiance would love that.
Right.
That's right.
Get off the games. Just kidding. I'm not that bad.
Kind of.
But anyways, yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for keeping us updated and for always giving back to the community.
Of course, we love
I can't
it.
wait to see what you guys do next. It's going to be a really great year for you guys.
Thanks for having me. As always, appreciate you both.
Yes, come back anytime. I'm already looking forward to Schellville 2024. I know you guys are too. You can also look forward to more Coast Life. That's coming in just a minute.
Coast Life, for 10 years, the Milton Theater has been keeping our community entertained, and we are celebrating a decade of fun. And like every good party, there's going to be a theme. So here to tell us more is Director of Development, JC Brittingham. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for letting us be here. We're
Of
very
course.
excited. Yes, the Milton Theater is coming up on our 10-year anniversary.
Crazy.
Which is insane. We're very excited, and to kick it off, we have a fantastic party. It's on February 3rd. It starts at 7:30, and this year's theme, and it's going to be the theme for the whole year, is Mardi Gras.
So fun.
The whole theater is going to be decked out for the entire year. It's going to be a great dance party. We're having a silent auction. We're having it catered, and it's just going to be a really fun time. And we want everyone to come and to enjoy themselves and to just get in the spirit of Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, if anybody knows how to throw a party with a theme, it's the folks at Milton Theater. So you know it's going to be good. I just but between the outfits and the dance party, you know it's going to be awesome.
And it's a year-long celebration. That's how you know they do it right.
Right? Correct.
They're like 10 years. We're not just doing a day. We're doing a year.
I mean, you can't not. If we have the opportunity, we're going to go for it. So all of our events this year are going to have the Mardi Gras theme. But Pride, which is coming up.
Yes.
That is also going to be sponsored by Sussex Pride as well. So we're very excited to be doing that with them.
Great.
And then Zombie Fest in October will also be the wonderful Mardi Gras theme, and it's just going to be
so fun.
I can't wait to see all of the costumes that people are going to pull out. It's going to be a great event.
Already marking my calendar.
I can already see it. Zombies at Mardi Gras. It's fantastic.
Yes.
So with all the money that kind of gets raised through these events, where does that go when it comes to the Milton Theater?
So right now we're focusing on our education wing. Awesome. We opened our new balcony in April, which if you have not been there, you have to come see it. You have to sit in the balcony. It's just a great view.
It's incredible.
And so for the rest of the year moving forward, we're going to be focusing on our education wing. So we're going to be building 2 huge studios. We want to be able to bring more children into our theater and to give them the education that they're all looking for. So we want to be able to build it as much as we can. So moving forward, it's all going to be going towards the education wing.
Fantastic.
I love that you have this community outreach. And so I met the Milton Theater. I met JP with Milton Theater 5 years ago, which is hard to believe.
Yes.
And honestly, I assumed you guys were around a lot longer because of your impact on the community. It's huge. Did you think you'd be where you are right now 10 years ago?
I only recently started, so from all my experience with working with these fantastic people, I don't think even they thought it was going to be as big as it is. But we're only getting bigger, we're only getting stronger, and the support that we've received in the community is absolutely amazing. Our volunteers, our members, our donors, we can't thank them enough. So it's really because of the community that we have built such an amazing facility.
And I mean, it really is. Even though Milton Theater is a local staple, it's not local theater that you guys are always celebrating.
No.
You bring in big name shows with big name performers right to little old Milton.
Exactly.
And we know we love the show season. So can you give us any insight as to what shows are coming up?
Well, yes. So our first big show of the season is going to be Anything Goes, which is a wonderful show. The tapping in it is incredible.
Fun.
And next we will be doing Nonsense. Then we're going to be doing, just a bunch of ladies walking around in like nun outfits. Then we have Legally Blonde. Heathers.
Nice.
Big cult classic.
Yes.
And then our big winter show will be Annie.
Oh, you love Annie.
I do. Yay! Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the best 10th year ever.
Thank you. We're very excited about it.
We are so excited for you guys as
you.
well. So where should people go to keep an eye on events, tickets, all of that good stuff?
Everything on miltontheater.com. You can see all of our events. You can buy all of our tickets there on that website, miltontheater.com. And we really hope to see you there. And once again, Gala is on February 3rd. Starts at 7:30. Tickets are on sale right now.
Awesome. Well, JC Brittingham with
Thank you.
Milton Theater, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about all the wonderful events that you guys have coming up with the Milton Theater. But coming up on Coast Life, get your debate ready because we've got another great debate headed your way.
It's time for the Great Debate. We are going to debate. Oh yeah, debate. Thank you, Leah. Thank you. Today we are debating pet names.
That's right. We got into this a little bit at the beginning of the show. If you
Yeah.
remember, we were saying pets with people names. Cute or cringe?
Now, here's the thing. We're going to be judging your pet names, and it's going to be harsh. And so just deal with it, okay? We're here
One
for
of
you.
us, I am suspecting, is going to be a little harsher than the other when it comes to these pet names. Because personally, I think pets with human names is hilarious. Like, it's one of the things that it's so silly, it's so stupid, but it always cracks me up. Like, if you've got a dog named Philip, and you're like, Philip, get back here, drop that. Like, it's goofy.
I think it's funny if it's done right. If you're doing it to be funny, because here's the thing, which we'll get to the Facebook comments in a second. But some of you were like, well, my dog's name is Bella. Okay, so you're not wrong, but here's what we're getting at. There are names that are good pet names and ones that aren't. Like Richard is not cute.
No, but Richard could be funny.
But it
though.
could be
like, again,
funny.
anytime you're yelling at your pet, and if they've got the peopleest of people names, it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It will make me laugh.
Exactly. So it all depends. I was telling Leah, like my friend has a dog named Bob, who's really small, really old, big bug eyes. Bob is perfect. If you had like, I'm just trying to think of like if you meant it in like a cool regular way of like a big German Shepherd named Bob, just don't think it would work the same. It doesn't have the same
work the
effect.
same. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So you got to be careful. You got
Yeah.
to be intentional. So
Yeah.
let's get to these Facebook comments,
perfect.
shall we?
You guys are so funny, and this blew up pretty fast.
Kevin says my dog Stanley cast my vote. See, I feel like Stanley's a hilarious.
Stanley's
name
a
for dog.
good. Stanley's a good dog. That's one that can go both ways.
Aaron says human names. We've got a Leroy and a Tilly.
Those are cute.
Carol says pets with human names are better than children with pet names.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong. Jonava says she had a dog named Sarah, one named Bella. Now she's got 4 birds, one named Rama, Ganesha, Hanuman, and Shiva.
Okay, see those all cool.
All cool.
We know Jonava, so this is just I love that. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
It's on track.
Sarah says I think they're good as long as they aren't taken too seriously. It's more of a funny thing. She says she's got her mom's dog is named Raymond.
That's funny. Yeah, that's cute.
Tori says she's got a dog named Oliver and a cat named Finn. But those are also, those are good. I feel like if it can work as a literary character, it's going to work as a pet name.
Exactly. Like some sort of high fae fantasy name is really, like Oliver, great for both.
Right.
And it also depends, like, what are you naming? Is it a dog? A cat? Birds can have more of those.
Birds can have really fantastical names. I think
Yes.
you're right, because they are like very fantastical creatures.
Right, exactly. That's where like a cat named Richard is funnier than a dog named Richard, in my opinion.
I gotta go with pet names are cute.
I'm gonna go with same, but I have my
Just
exceptions.
more, stipulations.
Yeah, I need to know what kind of animal it is, the breed. Certain dog breeds can be named certain things, others can't.
Yes.
So I need to know, my dog's name is Ziggy, which is technically a human name.
Right, but Ziggy is
it's not a
more
popular
of
human name.
Yeah, growing up, we had Nikki, Jack, and Tanner, so we
Those are
had more
cool.
human names. And our dog and cat, the dog was Jack, the cat was Jill. Because people are
That's
like,
cute.
whenever I talk about my cat being named Jill, they're like, why does she have a human name?
That's cute,
I'm like,
though.
She went alongside Jack.
Yeah, no, I like that. Okay, yeah, so look, there's options. Don't forget to, if you don't want to comment, you can anonymously vote. COASTLife.com/vote. I'm reading that out for you guys just because that is a new thing that we have
That's right,
going.
yes.
As at the time, right now, most of you are voting cute. Just a little bit of you are voting cringe when it comes to naming pets human names.
But yes, go there, cast your vote,
Yes.
get involved.
There's no wrong answers.
Coming up next on Coast Life, though, we are headed to the beach to jump in the really cold water. We're freezing for a reason, and we'll tell you what that reason is when Coast Life gets back. Coast Life, the weather is cold, which makes for perfect weather for the Polar Bear Plunge. Yes, it is a great fundraising event. To tell us more is a voice that I'm sure you are familiar with, Steve Mons, morning show for Big 107.7. You are all decked out in all your Polar Bear Plunge gear.
I am. I have everything down to my socks. I got polar bears on there. So we're ready to go, right?
We are ready.
I'm just glad you're wearing a sweatshirt like me because I'm a baby in the cold. Steve, I don't know if or how I'm going to do this.
Well, this is balmy, actually. This is kind of warm.
Is it?
Sure, we're over 40. This is great. This is almost summer. It's almost 4th of July.
Basically, so Steve, you and I we've done the Polar Bear Plunge a number of years together, but for our viewers who maybe don't know, I know we've had a lot of new people to Coastal Delmarva. Tell us a little bit about the Polar Bear Plunge and Special Olympics, why this is a cause that you've not just this as a fundraiser, but we've done multiple fundraisers for Special Olympics over the years. So what makes them so incredible?
Well, I've gotten an opportunity over the years to work with a lot of the athletes. I've coached the golf team, I've gone to the summer camp. Once you experience working with the athletes and see what they're capable of, we talk about them with disabilities, but rather you should look at them with their abilities and what they can do. And it's so heartwarming, and you want to do everything you can for them.
Yes.
So this is the biggest fundraiser of the year for Special Olympics of Delaware. And what a lot of people don't know is that all the athletes in Delaware get to participate in the games for free. We're the only state in the country that's the fact.
I didn't know
because
that
we
either.
raise so much money, and the plunge raises over $1 million, and that's a big part of it. So we're freezing for a reason, without a doubt.
That is what they say.
Go Delaware.
Right?
That's so impressive.
So the Draper Dippers, we have a team. Can people still get a spot on the team if they want to? Because how far away are we from the plunge? 2 weeks, just about.
Yes, it'll be February 4th on a Sunday at 1 o'clock, and we have you can sign up the day of and plunge with us.
That's right. What are maybe some tips for any first-time people that are doing the Polar Bear Plunge this year? Some tips to maybe as soon as you get out of the water, what's the first thing you do?
Well, before you get in the water, the number one tip is water shoes. Have something on your feet, which I forgot mine today.
You know what? I did too.
But water shoes are key. Have yourself a nice towel. You want to make sure you have that for the way out. And you also just want to make sure that you're with a buddy. I think it's actually helpful because that way you can't back out.
That's
Your
true.
buddy will make sure you go in. So
Leah's giving me the eyes.
We're going to work on Paige. She's going to be my buddy this year, or maybe next year.
Maybe
but
next
I think, I think between now and the first Sunday in February, I can convince you to be my buddy.
We'll see. She is convincing.
We'll see.
And so is
I'll learn my
Steve.
magic.
Yeah.
So Steve, for people who do want to participate, donate, where should they go to do that?
number one spot is plungede.org. That gives you the rundown on everything that's going on Plunge Weekend. All the links are there to sign up and join a plunge team. You can just donate. You can take part in the chili crawl. They have ice sculptures that weekend. They have the 5K run to the plunge, which Matt is actually going to host.
That's right.
And so there's so many ways to get involved. You don't have to jump in the ocean to be a part of it, but it certainly is fun.
It's so much fun, in fact, that we're going to get ready to do it right now. This is sort of, I guess for me, the practice plunge. For you, you've already met your fundraising goal, right?
Well, I met my fundraising goal, and then it got upped to $2,000.
Ooh, okay.
So the push is on to get to $2,000. So I'm on my way there. So.
All right, so I think the three of us are going to give this attempt. That's why we're all bundled up right now, is so that we are going to try and jump in the ocean and then run out. We're gonna practice so you can see how it goes. So we're gonna get to that just now.
And I can actually tell you, no one has ever gotten hurt doing the plunge.
Good to know.
It's actually, you don't get sick. It's actually a boost for your immune system. So
Ice
keep that in
baths are all the rage right now.
That's
it's
true.
just like a cool, trendy, free ice bath.
All right, so we're gonna get ready to take our ice bath for a reason. So let's see how it goes. Well, as Steve said, we're freezing for a reason, so we're all gonna go jump in the ocean, I guess, because we love Special Olympics Delaware. Ready? Ready?
We'll be right back.
Go, go, go!
Towel time!
Valentine's Day is coming up in just a few short weeks. If you haven't prepared your date yet, or maybe, we've all been there, you're a little worried about paying for dinner.
Yeah,
You
it can get expensive.
It can get so expensive. Here's some good news, okay? You're gonna have to shell out the money up front, but it might be worth it. Applebee's offering date passes, a year worth of date passes. You pay $200 up front, you get free meals.
$200 for the year. I feel like that's not bad.
And a date, depending, maybe not at Applebee's, but anywhere else, a date could be $100 for two people.
Easy, especially if you
Easy.
start throwing alcohol in the mix. You rack up that bill real quick.
Easy. So yeah, the goal of this, you pay $200 up front. Tickets or passes, I should say, go on sale this week. And then this is what I don't know. Is you get about $30 worth of free food each date.
Okay.
I don't know if it's $30 per person.
Or on the pass.
I get $30 worth, you get $30 worth, or is it's like that one night we have to share $30 worth of food, free food?
I'm not sure. I mean, they've got the 2 for $20 deal, so
Boom.
or it might be 2 for $25 now. I'm not really sure. It's been a minute since I've been to
Inflation.
Applebee's.
Right.
Inflation, we love it. But yeah, their apps got me through a lot of just like hungry evenings, you know, because I used to do
good.
half price apps after 9 o'clock, and that's where like me and my brother and like our other employees, man, we would go tear up some boneless wings.
Oh yeah, easy. And so the pass doesn't cover alcoholic drinks, but like Applebee's always has like dollar margaritas.
Hey.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah. So you're gonna pay like let's say you both have 2 drinks and it's dollar margarita night, $4 for a date.
There you go.
I'm cool with that.
Sign me up.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the money. I'm considering truthfully buying it.
I'm not considering it.
$200 for the year? That's so good. Although I don't think my fiance likes Applebee's that much.
Well, then you and I can just use it.
Boom, exactly.
There we go.
I'm gonna take off.
So-
Everyone at Delmarva can be my date
right.
to Applebee's. We're going.
Paige is a standing rotation.
We're getting our money's worth. That actually would be a great idea.
I think so.
People can sign up to
That's
date
what-
me.
Can't wait.
Dates with Paige, okay. But you gotta pay. Don't forget.
But you've got the pass. That's the point.
No, that's true. Anything extra I order, my
There
date
you
will
go.
pay for it.
All right. Fair enough.
Here we go.